don't put them in your mouth. Hey everybody, Jody Marketplace Boutique. Have you ever wondered what pearls are real and what are not? Or if you're in a store, what is real, what is not? Today, let's talk about some pearls and I'll show you what is real, what you can find out there that's real, how to tell them really quickly if they are or not. You can always put them in your mouth, but I don't recommend that. Okay, hey everybody, look at my pile of all of these things that look like pearls. And there's two of them in here that I know what they are, but I thought we would dive in and research these and see which ones are not pearls and which ones are. And I thought I would just show you and teach you a little bit about pearls. Now, if you're like me, you don't want to be sticking pearls in your mouth. Ew, ew. You don't know where pearls have been. Oh my goodness. I haven't cleaned this one yet, but look at, this is one of my favorite strands of pearls that I just got in from someone. And look at how dirty they can be. So you don't want to stick those in your mouth. Ew. Those are definitely real. So here I'm going to teach you 6 ways to tell if these are real pearls or not. So the first one you can do is, of course, test them on your teeth. Now this is a real necklace just because I know that I bought this one personally. And if you can see how pretty these are, look at this. You can rub them on your teeth and they're gonna be a little bit gritty. They're definitely not perfect. So, you know, you can rub them on your teeth. They're gonna feel a little bit gritty, right? So that's one way to do it. You can try the test. You can try the teeth thing, but I don't recommend it. I've never put any piece of jewelry in my mouth. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I see where some of this comes from and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. You don't want to put things in your mouth because I know, I've seen it. I've been through people's jewelry boxes hundreds of times and you don't want to do that. I've also dug through boxes of things and there's jewelry on the bottom and then those boxes are gross. Okay, they're gross. So that's my number 1 tip. You can try it on your teeth, but I would not recommend it. So number 2 would be temperature. So when you pick up like these pearls and I usually just feel them on the back of my hand. They're going to be cool to the touch, right? They're going to be cool. They're going to feel, you know, like there's something substantial. Usually with nicer pieces of jewelry, you can tell if it's glass or if it's like real gemstones by just testing the temperature. And with pearls too, if you feel them for a while, they'll come to the temperature of your body pretty quickly. That's why I love pearls, because you can wear them in any weather and they're just really nice, right? They won't make you cold like glass. So that's another way, temperature. And number 3 would be the shape of them. And as you can see, some of these here are really round, very round. Some of them look like so similar, right? They're very much the same. These are all round. And I just want to say that pearls like this, they're not perfectly round. They're not absolutely perfect. I'll show you this one right here. See how that's not perfect? It's not perfect. It's part of nature, and it's definitely not a perfect shape. Now, some of them might be close, but they're not going to be absolutely perfect. And when you get into manufacturing, like I'm sure this one is, I probably don't even have to look at this. You know, when you manufacture things, they're going to be pretty much the same, right? So that's just a thought. I'm sure that one's not real. And another thing to look for is the luster. Look at this pile. And when I just glaze over this, right? I'm looking at luster, and this is very shiny to me. And this one has almost no shine. So I'm going to say this one probably isn't real. Just by the look. It's very lackluster, right? It's kind of dull. It doesn't have that kind of opalescence that these pearls have. See that? See the difference? A lot of difference there. So that's just something to look out for, as the luster. And another thing is weight. So when I pick up these, and I don't even have to really look at these, I know they're going to be fake. They're pretty light. But when I pick up this strand, these are real. These have some definite weight to them. These are a lot more lightweight. You know, I pick up this. These are some bigger round balls. However, this has got some weight to it, definitely. You know, and sometimes things will be more heavier depending on who made them. But you can definitely tell. In glass, this one is glass. And of course it has this thing on it. But when you pick it up, I mean, this is weighty too. But you can tell by clinking it together, you know, this is going to be glass. And glass is heavy too. So just a thought there. Another thing that you want to look at is drill holes. So what you're going to get with like the fake beads here are some, you might get some like paint rubbing off, paint chipping. Definitely take a magnifying glass or a loop and look really, really close. And you'll be able to see like sometimes some paint chipping off. You'll be able to see maybe they're spray painted on, and you can see the plastic underneath them. And the drill holes will usually give it off. If you kind of try to look like this through a loop, I suggest some kind of a loop. And you probably won't be able to see it on here too well. A lot of times it'll be peeling right here or flaking where it's been drilled. And with a real pearl, like this one, when I look at the drill holes, and you know, sometimes they're hard when they're littler. Pearls are made of nacre, which is N-A-C-R-E. And it basically, it's just like layers. As it grows, it makes layers like a tree. And you'll be able to see that too in these drill holes and also in the pearls sometimes. This is a really beautiful set I got many years ago when pearls were actually not too expensive. And with a pearl necklace, it's going to be a smooth layer going down. And you'll be able to tell there's a huge difference between them. Okay, so let's dive in. Now, I'm going to start with these because I know these are absolutely real. And these are amazingly beautiful. Look at the luster of these. See how the luster on this is almost an opalescence? The luster is beautiful. The temperature is cool, but it's starting to warm up in my hands. The shape, as you can see, the shape is not 100% the same. See that? And you'll know that these are definitely real pearls. I don't even have to look at the drill hole. You look at this and you know, like, this is definitely a real pearl. So we're going to set that aside. Now, I did buy this one, so I do know that it's glass. It's very heavy. It is also cool to the touch. A lot of times glass, though, will stay cool to the touch. This does have a luster to it. Glass does shine really pretty like pearls. But they are all, see how they're all the same? You can tell they're manufactured. They are all the same. Look at that. They all look the same. And when you clink glass together too, you can tell. So this is definitely a manufactured piece. You know, beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I think I might have paid more for that one than my actual pearls, but those were things I bought quite a bit ago, you know, when jewelry wasn't too bad. So I'm going to look at this one, and I'm pretty sure this is not real pearls, I would think. So this actually goes together. I would say this is like a 50s or 60s piece, just by the way it's designed and the way it lays so nicely. It does have some shine, but it's almost like extra shine, right? The shine, that's a lot of shine. That's a lot of shine. You can see in here, you know, there are some imperfections, but I would say that's more like dye. They are very much the same. And if we look in here, we can see some kind of cracking. There's no lines to say that this was a grown item, but they're still actually very pretty. They're very shiny, and they're in really, really good shape. Really nice. These are absolutely a manufactured piece. You know, there's no difference to them. There's no lines to say that they were created in nature or anything, but they're very pretty. So I'm going to set that one aside. Okay, so now, which one should we do now? Well, we know this one just by looking at it, right? This one's very dull. As you can see, this is so dull. We know this is not real. And also, it's very lightweight, so I'm not even going to look at this to see if this necklace is actually real or not, because I just know by looking at it, it's not real. Again, this is probably the same time frame, probably 50s or so. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. This one might have been made a little bit later, but this has no shine. It has absolutely no luster to it. Nothing. It's dull. Actually, I think I'm going to sell this one. I'm going to sell that one, because we know this is a fake. And there's more. There are a lot of pretty necklaces out there, but when you compare it to glass or you compare it to pearls, it's not even close. It's not even close to pearls. Okay, which one should we do next? Let's see here. This one. Now, I know that this is an Avon piece. I was a little stumped by this one, actually. It does have some good luster, and I think Avon made some good pieces of things. So I'm going to look close. Just by looking far away, this had a good amount of luster to it, but when you really look at it, they all look the same. See that? They all look manufactured, and you know what? They're very lightweight. Now that I hold this in my hand, these are like a feather. So these are definitely a fakey, but pretty. It's still very pretty. I have to say, like, some of the fakes are beautiful. Okay, here's something I just got in. This, I can tell right away just by looking at it too. Look at the luster of that. I'm pretty sure this is a real one. I can see by looking at it also. Where's my hands? I have a garden of hands. I think I have a hand obsession. Okay. If you look at this, you will see. See how these are not the same. I haven't cleaned this one yet or anything. They're not the same. They are slightly off. They're slightly irregular. So you can tell by the shape that they are not handmade. These are actual pearls. They're very pretty. The luster is beautiful on them. It's not completely white. Sometimes pearls are dyed too. Look at that. It's so pretty. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got some good heft to it. This I'm definitely gonna keep for myself. I keep the pearls. I try to keep a lot of the pearls for my daughters and I just think they're beautiful. They're elegant. So this one is definitely a keeper for myself. Okay, what else we got? Let's go with this one. Okay, I can feel just by picking it up, I know what this is. See how clinky it is? This one looks very uniform, as you can see. Look at that. Everything's the same. It's beautiful though. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so pretty. It has a lot of luster, but they're all the same. They're very cool to the touch, and they are staying cool to the touch. So this is definitely a glass bead. They're pretty though. I love glass. Glass beads are gorgeous. I love them so much. And the drill holes also, when I looked in the loop, are very uniform. They definitely look molded. See that? When you get really up in there. It's so pretty. This is a great piece. I'm pretty sure, now I probably bought this one too. I might have even bought it when I bought these. I don't know. This is beautiful. These are a glass piece, and this is out of my own little stash that I have for myself. So this definitely, I don't want to get them mixed up. And also with pearls, just a little tip, with pearls or fake, see how they're stranded? And you can tell also, usually most pearl necklaces will have these little knots in between them too. So I probably have more than 6 tips on here, but hey, who's complaining? You know, it's a more expensive way to do it, although this one doesn't. This one for sure is real. This one doesn't have knots between it, I don't think. Unless they're really, really small. But this is how you know that these are made pretty well. Right? But these are definitely glass. I don't want to get that mixed up. Okay. So let's sort these. These are my sell pile. This is my personal pile. We need to keep this straight because I don't want to get them mixed up. Okay, so that one I'm going to keep for myself. I just got that one in. All right, let's see what we got here. What is this one? This one is a recent come-in too that I unboxed on a unboxing. I would say this is probably, again, around 50s. Just by the clasp. Get in there. Oh, I just ruined my fingernail. Darn it. I knew that wouldn't last long. Okay, so we've got some knottage. So we know in between the round pieces that... Okay, this is a pretty good quality made one. Let's take a look. It's got some luster to it. But it's more, I notice on the manufactured pieces too, unlike the real pearls, glass and also manufactured pearls, you know, the better ones, have a really good luster, but they're almost overdone, right? Sometimes you can overdo things or wear too much jewelry. This is the case. It's very shiny. It's very shiny instead of luster. Like, this is more of a, like an opalescence. This is very shiny. So let's take a look. They're all the same again. They're all pretty much the same. I don't see any of the differences. I don't know if I can get in there really good with this camera or not. Yeah. It's tied pretty tight actually, but you can see these are all the same. All the little ticky-tackies are all the same. So we know this is a manufactured piece. Also, this is totally light like a feather again. Really, really light. So it's a beautiful piece. I think this is a great piece of plastic. It's beautiful. You can still wear it. It's in really good shape for being so old. I might hang on to this a while. I don't know. Maybe not. I should probably sell it because I have plenty of my own. It's so pretty though. It is gorgeous. So, and then here's another piece I just got in. Okay, so I think there's some little tiny ties in between there. It's definitely got some luster, and I think just by looking at this, take a look at that. What do you think? I'm probably trying to bounce around too much. As you can see, and some of the manufacturer pieces are very shiny. When I look at my real pearls over here on this one, it looks very much the same, right? There's some opalescence luster. It's not too shiny. Oh, it definitely has some weight to it. Definitely has some weight. This is looking good, everybody. This is looking good. Let's take a look here. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm seeing some slight imperfections. They're very similar in size. Looks like we got some gunky stuff we need to clean up here. I do see some imperfections. Boy, I'm thinking this one's real, but it is very much really close to being the same. But when I really look at this strand, there are different sizes. Now that I just take it out and I look at it like this, the sizes are definitely not the same. But when I look at it close, it does. And there are some imperfections on here, just like my fingernails. And I'm going to take this magnifying glass and the loop and look really good. Let's see what we have. Okay. So when I look under the loop, I can see the ridges in between them. And a really good place is usually like right by the clasp. It probably has a little bit of room there. And you can look, and there are a bunch of the layers within the pearl, the nacre. You can tell these are pearls. So everything about these really lines up to say these are real pearls. Oh, that's amazing. That's an exciting find. So I'm gonna for sure keep these. We don't need to keep the fakies, right? Let's just get those out of here, and we're gonna sell those. This is very old. This is an old piece. You can tell by the clasp too. This is an old one. This is old. So I'm gonna carefully keep this for myself and hang on to that one for a while. And I would say this is even a Victorian piece. This is an oldie. Very, very pretty. I love finding stuff like this. And also, pearl is a June gemstone and is the only gemstone created by nature. Isn't that cool? I love pearls. I love gemstones too, though. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed my big lot of pearls. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for coming along. Bye.